because I'm tired of people talking to me about basketball. I'm tired of people bringing up basketball. I'm tired of people speaking for me and not to me. Now, some people thought that my take on the Gilbert Arenas situation was wrong. And I'll say this to you. Some of you just don't know Gilbert Arenas. I have firsthand knowledge of who this young man is. I have firsthand knowledge of the Vlad TV interview that I could have had. So my reactions and responses are based on firsthand knowledge and not what I think and not who I like. So firsthand knowledge of Vlad TV, the most interviews I see of Vlad is people talking about killing black folk, people who have a checkered past and a violent criminal past of hurting black folk. And he asked them questions in a way that if they beat a murder, if they beat any situation, there's families and friends out there hear you. So there's going to be people that you don't necessarily know that you don't open yourself up to. So I don't see a positive in Vlad. And so a lot of other people, what they would have did was they would have immediately thought about themselves. They would have immediately said, how much am I going to gain from going on to Vlad? Even though that little punk bitch Tammy tried to say that, oh, hey, I had to talk about it because I go on Vlad. I could have actually went on the show, punk bitch. The reason why I didn't go on the show is because that seemed to be a doom and gloom show for black folks. They don't show black entrepreneurs. They don't show black folks that are educated. They don't show black folks that's in a positive light. They show you thug ass, lean sipping, ill killer gorillas that beef with niggas. So I said, let me approach this a different way. I like to think about it. As soon as I found out about it, one side of me said, I could go on here. I know me. I can articulate myself in a way that I can make them understand. I can get everybody to understand. And then the other side of me said, now, just wait for a second. Just wait for a second. And I waited for a second. And it was revealed to me exactly what I thought. He's not really concerned with what Kwame Brown is really saying. He's not really concerned with, dang, if he's a journalist, he could actually go back and look at every article that was ever written about a black male #1 draft pick out of high school, and they're all negative. He could actually go back and do some research and be a real journalist and say Kwame Brown came onto YouTube and gave another perspective on the story and said that Michael Jordan, and there's other people that know who Michael Jordan is, that Michael Jordan wanted to get Elton Brand, which was already a seasoned veteran for the Bulls, that was actually averaging a double-double. And we all know Michael liked to win championships. And we all know Michael, and not one superstar, especially one on that level, you can say no to. So I would have appreciated if they would have did just a little bit of journalism. But because I know it's all about who we like, nothing I said has ever been ran on a big syndicated news station yet. That could have been the hottest story of the fucking year. That, wait a minute, Michael Jordan only drafted this guy to be traded for Elton Brand. I would have respected that. If they said this #1 draft pick also played with Michael Jordan, I would have respected that. See, it's a lot of truths that you guys don't know. And that's why I say I will never open up certain doors. I will never go into certain rooms. And I will never do certain things. Because A lot of these NBA players and a lot of these niggas know exactly what I'm talking about. So let's get into some truths for a second. Who is Worldwide Wes? All the basketball heads, Carcino, if you in here, I know you heard of a fella named Worldwide Wes. Who is Worldwide Wes? Worldwide Wes is attached allegedly to damn near every black NBA player in the league. And because I was trained as a Geechee nigga to pay attention and watch who's doing what, Wes, Worldwide Wes, approached me and said, "You gonna need to know somebody like me." And I said, "Why? What do you do?" See, I've said this already, but I didn't say who it was. But everybody know who Worldwide Wes is. He can get in every building, get in every arena at that time. I don't know what he does now, and this is no shot on him. I just didn't know what he did, and I told him that to his face, and I guarantee you nobody can approach him and he say otherwise. See, I've been a man my whole life. Boy, I keep trying to tell y'all I'm a hell of a nigga. 19 years old, I look a man in his face. He said, "You gonna need to know a guy like me." And I said, "What? Why would I need to know you? Everybody know me." "What do you do, Worldwide Wes?" "You ain't got to know that. You just got to know me." "Well, no, I don't want to know you." Richard Hamilton, all of your top athletes are attached to Worldwide Wes. Now, I didn't know why. They didn't give me the answer. So I chose to go that way. Now, there's another story that I talked about. I talked about a woman that is a very powerful woman that wanted me to talk about my father in a way. See, all these tactics that they used against me after I went viral on YouTube, I call them white boy tactics because they always try to keep something on you. So they knew my daddy went to prison. They knew all these stories. Why you think they read? That wasn't their first time figuring out, "Oh, I just read it in a little book." Bullshit. When you give somebody $3, $4 million, you invest $12 million, you send private investigators on them, you watch their whole family. These white people don't spend their money without doing their due diligence. So, as my brothers are sitting in a prison cell, they start to get interviews about their little brother. They want to know things about their murderous father. They want to pump this story. See, you guys have been getting brainwashed for a very long time. You guys like to call it the Baphomet. You guys like to call it Illuminati. I like to call it the go along, get along game. Because everyone knows what the fuck I'm talking about. They buy your image. They pay certain niggas to paint a narrative, and niggas are the ones holding niggas down now through white people money. So that's why they talk about the Busty Bus in the way that they talk about him. Because I know what the fuck I'm talking about. And a lot of other people do too. So they interview my brothers and they take them and ask them all these questions. And my mother said, "We're not doing that. We're not going to brainwash a bunch of women into thinking that being a single mother is somehow fun and somehow great." If you notice, there's been a heavy push since the early 90s all the way into 2001 on single mother, single mother. Any kid that got drafted, any kid that made it, no matter if he got 12 dead friends that came from a single mother, they highlight that one that make it to give you the imagery that single mothers is the way to be. So much so that you got to have TV shows 14 and pregnant, 15 and pregnant, because we're a Christian nation, but we're encouraging little babies to get pregnant. And then right after they get pregnant, we're encouraging them that abortion is health care. You are in a simulation. You're in a game.